Ooh, what is going on, everyone? And welcome back to the stream. How's everyone doing today, chat? Welcome back to the crew Motorfest, to the SidWaj stream. I just came back from watching Sinners and the Thunderbolts. Yes, I am now going to live stream for 3 hours straight after doing a double feature weekend day. Sorry, it is a bank holiday Monday, not a weekend. Thunderbolts gets an 8 out of 10 from me. No spoiler review if you wanted to watch Thunderbolts. The asterisk reveal, holy hell, crazy. Very ballsy that they chose to do that. Acting's great. Couple of the jokes are like, but the whole Thunderbolts movie is pretty solid. Also, Sinners, what a movie. If you are above the age that Sinners is rated, do go check out Sinners, because what a film. I'm not one for films with a scary aspect, but what a film. There's a way to win me over when it comes to films. One of the ways is by making a film that cares about music. Sinners has that, as well as a phenomenal acting, phenomenal atmosphere, phenomenal music, like I said, phenomenal story, phenomenal stakes. Sinners was a film. Cinema is back, baby, as they say, chat. And today, I rushed back home right after both Sinners and Thunderbolts because it was quite obvious, given it's a Monday, I thought it would be on 5 p.m., but it wasn't, that we would be getting a reveal for the next month in the crew Motorfest. So let's jump into that. However, we're gonna give it a little minute for people to start rolling in, so people don't have to sit here and go, did I miss it? Did I miss the reveal? Oh, did I miss it, Sid? Oh, they also revealed it. It's big! It's big! So we're gonna wait for some people to roll in. While we wait for the people to roll in, let's jump into a grand race. The fun Demolition Royale is gone, unfortunately. Let's move the audio into over here. Forest Quest week is indeed coming. What a day, what a week. I'm on a high, chat. Let's stream with some good vibes today, chat. Let's stream with some good vibes. Let's chill. By the way, I'm gonna semi-confirm another overnight stream. Similar to what I did this week. I'm gonna try again to be awake at 2 a.m. Start streaming at 3 a.m. and then bring you boys a stream right as the turnover. Straight away on the new playlist. Straight away with the water bike. Straight away with the new Audi. Straight away with the whatever information there is. We're going to do that probably Tuesday. Other than that, tomorrow's going to be the video that I'll probably record on stream today. We got a lot going on, chat. We got a lot going on. So as people roll in, everyone in chat put hey, hi, hello. Just something so I can read some names. We're going to get a grand race in. Then we're going to jump through all of the new stuff that's out today. Then we're going to continue the vibes, chat. Then the vibes will continue. Oh, Max Waterbike? Max Waterbike won't be as hard as you think, chat. Max Waterbike won't be as hard as you think. What you're forgetting, chat, is that the Waterbike is motocross. Like, it's just straight up motocross. Like, there is nothing unique. It's just a motocross bike. We are obviously going to do my lowest mileage cars, as I've... Okay, I get... Or I won't. I could have been all focus run, chat. No, I couldn't have. No, I couldn't have. Hypercar. But yes, I will next grand race use all my lowest mileage vehicles. But yeah, so the water bike is actually motocross. Welcome Delhi, welcome GJ Productions, welcome Kofa, welcome Logi, welcome Eric's, welcome... Oh, I'm on direct mode. Oh no. Welcome Lexi, no new island. Yes, indeed, they're not adding a new island midway through the season after they added a new island. Unfortunately not. Welcome Landon Harris. No sound? We will fix that in a minute, chat. Chat, how the hell do you direct mode? How does one direct the mode? Ah. GJ, oh, did I read your letters the wrong way around? My apologies. Welcome Cobb Sanity. Welcome Slowly Done. Welcome Battle Brother Mantis. Welcome Sana. Yeah, you get used to it. I know. It's probably like a jet sprint thing. Like, you know, so many people used to dog on jet sprint. Do you know how many people used to be like, Jet Sprint's one of the worst specs in the Crew 2. I don't like Jet Sprint. You know what it turned out, chat? If you actually just got good with Jet Sprint, it was actually fun. I'm not last. Okay, now I'm last. How was I? Chat, I'm not last right now. I just stood dead still to turn off direct mode. No clue how to direct mode, unfortunately, Sid. Oh, no. Okay, is there a video today? No, unfortunately not. I don't have time to do a video today. You know what? Sid finishes 20th. Chat, what's your estimates? Where do I finish? In a grand race in which I stopped dead still to turn off direct mode, where do you think I finish? I did not like Jet Sprint no matter how many times I tried it. See, if you got good with Jet Sprint, it was actually really satisfying, and it felt really skill needing. Chat, can I say something crazy? Jet Sprint was the F1 of the water. And you can quote me on that, chat. Put that on some banners, chat. Jet Sprint is the F1 of water, and I am the Max Verstappen of Jet Sprint. 16th, 18th, 15th, 10th. Okay, you guys are giving some high up number suggestions, chat. I would have said 20th at the most. You gotta bear... Okay, what am I in next? Oh, right. I'm in my most used next. So I'm gonna be in my Focus RS, which is pretty okay. And the 110. So, chat, you know what? Maybe you guys are right. Maybe I'm gonna do really good here. But then I look at the map, and I see the fact that, like, everyone's a billion miles away. I got 24th ahead of me, then 23rd, and then 22nd is, like, an extra 20 miles ahead of him. Okay. As long as this Street Tier 1 segment isn't an R2 simulator later. If this Street Tier 2 segment has actual turning, I might be okay. What did I miss? Nothing yet. We are still getting people in the stream. And then we're going to start talking about all the brand new news going on with the brand new month. I reviewed Sinners and Thunderbolts as we I guess you missed my Sinners and Thunderbolts review. What films, though, chat? What films? Thunderbolts is good for a Marvel film. Sinners was good for a film. But both great films, basically. Chat, I think if I manage to catch up to the pack over there, because there's a lot of them ahead of me. If I manage to catch up to that pack, chat, I'll be a fox in a hen house, as they say, chat. It'll be 1 overtake, 2 overtakes, 3 overtakes, 4 overtakes, and before you know it, chat, I'll finish 7th. Or I forget how to use the Focus RS, and actually I spin out. Recently finished watching Val with Mrs. I highly recommend watching that one. Oh, although it's a little bit older one. Welcome, McLovin, by the way. Welcome everyone in Twitch chat. Sorry I haven't been able to welcome you guys to the stream just yet. You can get 18th, no problem. I mean, look, I'm already looking at 20th. I'm looking at 20th, and then 20th is like smelling distance from 17th. Okay. Whiffing distance, chat. Is he in the Mark E? I need new cars. Well, you're going to have your wish answered soon enough. You like to smell things, don't you? Chat, well, I can smell 17th right now. What does Elite Bundle even mean? Elite Bundle is something they do every update. It's where they pick 2 high-end vehicles. Often, it's high-end, it's exotic supercars, which is what it's been for the whole of the Crew Motorfest so far. They are in a bundle together. It's always dropped roughly in the middle of an update to sort of stimulate the player base a little bit. It'll be either month 2 or month 3 of every update. Oh, chat, I've been let loose. I've been let loose! It's often a very discounted bundle that you're able to get during the update. Once the bundle goes, the cars will revert back to regular price. It's often still a mil or so, though. And it has featured cars like the Lykan Hypersport, the Hyperion XP1, the Nissan GTR Concept, the Zenvo, am I wrong about that, chat? The Pagani Utopia. Oh, Lycan was year 1 pass? My bad. Okay, ignore the Lycan, but think about the rest of them. But yeah, all of those cars were Elite Bundle. And it's something they've been doing since the Crew 2. However, the Crew 2's Elite Bundle, in my opinion, was a little better. The Crew 2's Elite Bundle would be kind of any and every kind of, like, interesting car. They did, like, a CCGT, some of the X-Bows. The fancy X-Bows are from the Crew 2's Elite Bundles. Same with... There's a couple others. I want to say the 300 Plus was Crew 2 Elite Bundle. Give me a minute, chat. Gotta go in a second, chat, but I'll be right back. Wasted 3 mil on the Jesco. Gento Dieci. Was Gento Dieci? Oh no, Gento Dieci was Elite Bundle, right? The Crew 2 also used to do the old and new Elite Bundles. So the Elite Bundle and the Crew 2 also used to be used for, like, legacy bundles, basically. Where it was an old version of a car and a new version of a car paired together. So the Cento Dieci was paired with the EB110. The Countach was paired with the old Countach, new Countach. The La Voce Noire, which was a tribute car to the Bugatti Atlantic, was paired with the Bugatti Atlantic. Old, new... This thing right here, yeah, old, new Elite Bundles were some of my favorite. I hope they bring back old, new Elite Bundles someday. Because those were fun. Like, those were really fun. Oh, thank you. There we go, chat. I will be right back, but I will leave you to ponder over the fact that we are... Don't launch your garbage AI, Microsoft. I didn't mean to click it. I didn't mean to click it. If you launch your garbage AI... There we go. Chat, can you believe that the rarest summit car in the Crew 2... Well, the rarest summit car in Motorfest, because of how old it is in the Crew 2, is coming back. And speaking of coming back, chat, that's what I'll do in a second. And then I'll break down more of the stuff. Chat, if you don't have that there Hummer HX concept, raise your hand and say hi, chat, because that thing right there is one of the oldest Summit cars from the Crew 2 that hasn't reran yet. it is... Because how do you gauge the was it the IRS? No. It was about a broken fence. I'm out of breath. Not that like I broke a fence and they're like, you broke the fence! Just like someone was saying, oh, we're gonna fix the fence. I was like, okay, yeah, cheers. Chat, that Hummer HX concept was the oldest Summit car in the Crew 2 to have only released once. Releasing originally during the Hunt update, which was the episode 2 to the Chase Squad update. The Hummer HX concept was also the meta vehicle for slaloms back in the Crew 2. I don't think it does anything particularly notable in Motorfest. Except for be purple when it's supposed to be blue, I suppose. But it's also interesting that we got this thing when there is monster trucks that we could have gotten. There is many other cars that we could have gotten. In Motorfest, the stock one sucks. Does this thing do anything interesting in Motorfest? From the Crew 2. Yeah, no, that's, okay, well. Chat, you're going to be able to put that livery on and pretend like you played the Crew 2 now. Just, whoa, that's all the liveries that there is on this? Oh. Well, chat, that tells you just how rare this car is. That this thing has only 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16 liveries. And only, like, 10 of them have downloads. And the highest downloads is 14. That should tell you just how rare this car is. This thing coming back is now going to mean that the Bugatti... that the Bugatti Devo Emerald Edition is now going to be the rarest Summit car in the Crew 2. Now, in the Crew Motorfest. Now, it's not the rarest car in the game, because that still goes to the... What's it called? The GP Explorer. The F1 car that no one can really got, yada yada. Oh, did I get rust damage again? Rust damage keeps hitting me. Prestige Shop news? Did we get any Prestige Shop news? Or are you asking for Prestige Shop news? Nothing Prestige Shop is happening for like 2 months. We get all the Black Panther... No, after the Black Panther update. We get the Lowrider v Donk update Summit cars in the Prestige Shop in 2 months. I'll probably have a video way closer to it. Oh, I'm about to hit level 100, chat. See, I would have finished this month if it was, like, old months. Let's jump in this. We need some vintage concept cars, like the Turbine car, or what, the Chrysler. When is GTA 6 coming out? In about an hour? By the way, chat, there is member goals in the chat, and they have been updated. For 5 members, I will run 5 grand races with cars that you guys choose. 10, I will do the longest event in the game. I will actually try and record run it, because I haven't done that yet. And if we hit 20 members, chat, I will do a very, very brief, okay? I will do a very, very, very brief spare parts spending spree where I spend money on the most expensive spare part bundle. So imagine if they... Which chat, at the moment, I am at 80 million. I am creeping down. Also, some big changes are happening to members soon. Some good changes. The customized bundle, just so that'll be cool. Whoa! Spend CCs on the... Unfortunately, that won't be happening. 1 member, thank you so much for the 7 months, Tomco. Oh, I forgot to... Vehicles again. Lowest mileage, come on. You. MC20's not good, is it? Hi Sid, what are your thoughts on the new Audi dropping? Oh god, I see. You know how irrelevant the Audi RSQ e-tron is? Is that I forgot that it was even an Audi. In my head, it's just a nonsense, silly off-roading, ugly thing. Oh, no, I mean base MC20. I feel sad for people who think they don't. Oh yeah, I think GTA's getting hit with no delay. Bro is such a hater for fun. Who am I? Wait, who am I on? Wait, that thing exists? Wait, what exists? Sid, do you have crossplay on? My brain read that as cosplay, and honestly, I wish. Yes, I do have crossplay on. Sid, is the video no good? Ow, ow! You're asking the wrong guy. Okay, chat. Let's lock in. Lowest mileage, highest skill. Okay. Well, that was pretty good. Oh, there's HKRs in this lobby. Oh, look at me. Look at me. I'm good at the video game. I'm good at the video game, so I'm going to get first place, and I'm going to get really far, and I'm actually really good at the video game and better than SidWaj, okay? Ooh, look at me. That's exactly what HKR stands for, chap. Word for word. They're dyslexic. They got the letters wrong. Customizer of the Decades? That's a cool name tag. We need more ugly cars in game. It would be fun, and then as soon as we get to... You call ugly your competitive because I'm a... Someone in chat, I assume. Sid Hatsune Miku cosplay for 150k. That is not happening. Have I ever I have, chat. I have actually dressed up as a character on stream before. I dressed up as Hero for Halloween. Genuinely, it has to be 3 or 4 years ago. And I think I'm being generous when I say 3. Oh, I guess you could say the police as well. Yeah. I guess the police. If you count the police, then twice. Yeah, alright. Technically twice. Because Halloween, probably 4 years ago, I dressed up as Hero. And I was going to do more. I was going to do like Chris Forsberg the next year. I never got around to it. You realize Zam is in your stream, RipWaj? Oh, that's the HKR person, right? Yeah, well, you know what? I reckon I could take him 1v1. What do you think, chat? Me v HKR Zam? Cosplay as Black Panther? No, that was you, Sid. I said we need more ugly cars? I don't remember saying that. I just think that we need more cars that aren't exotic hypercars. Exotic hypercars are ugly cars. Hello? Is that a crazy thing to say? Have you seen the Hyperion XP1? Crazy thing to say coming up. Have you seen that GTR concept? I promise you said that? Okay, well, I recant. I recant my statement. Because exotic hypercars are ugly cars. The Zenvo, yeah, the Zenvo could pass as good, okay? The Zenvo could pass as good. Function over form? Yeah. If I was buying... Function over form if I was in the parking lot of a Mercedes dealership looking for what I want to drive my 2 loving kids to school in, okay? But form over function when I'm playing a goddamn vroom funny car game, alright? Every day your garbage just get worse. Hypercars are not ugly. Certain hypercars are. Do you want to tell me right now? Do you want to tell me right now that the Bugatti Atlantic concept is a good-looking car? Because, chat, anyone willing enough to put in this chat right now, the Bugatti Atlantic is a good-looking car. That's a brave soul, chat. That is a brave soul. Is Hypercar in this rotation? Let me bring it on screen. Let me bring it on screen. Oh, now I've got mileage on that thing. Oh, no. Damn, it wasn't enough mileage. Okay. Oh, let me not use... Let me actually drive... this thing. Chat, any soul brave enough to say... I know I haven't driven it, so let's not lie here, Motorfest. I've driven it how much? Anyone brave enough to say this is a good look? Okay, you know what? I customized it well. It kind of looked alright there. Not good. It kind of looked passable there. Okay. You doing good today? Good indeed, good indeed. 2 great movies. Okay, look. Blacked out the way I have, that's quite nice. That looks quite nice. But it literally, it is a bad car. Okay, but not gonna lie, not the ugliest Bugatti. There are uglier ones in-game. There are ugly ones in-game. What could you even mean? But look, yeah, I know most hypercars aren't ugly, okay? I know generalizing that is hyperbolic. But I'm talking about it with the context of it being hyperbolic, alright? Chat, a SidWaj live stream should come with the permanent asterisk that, like, hyperbole will happen. But, one thing I will generalize hypercars on is that I just don't care for them. I could not care for hypercars. Caring for hypercars over, like, any other kind of, like, regular, customizable, street car, road car, race car, sports car, caring about hypercars over other types of cars is like Superman being your favorite superhero over, like, Spider-Man or anyone else. I don't vibe with hypercars. Hypercars feel too... Is elitist the word? They're too... It's not even beyond reach. It's like... There's words for it. I can never care about them. Like, I see a hypercar in real life, it's like, oh, that's nice. It's nice, I guess. So having an Agera RS as my favorite car isn't... No. Not good, because you are a different person to me. Okay, chat? Let's bear that in mind, right? I personally just don't vibe with hypercars. It's like preferring a mansion to just a perfect partner in a lovely warm house, you know? Just a soulless. Soulless is a good word, but it doesn't apply generally. I think soulless probably applies to, like, 40% of the hypercars I'm thinking of, and that's, like, enough of a chunk for it to have an effect. You know? Because I know some hypercars are like, oh, this hypercar's actually based on a racing version that was driven by this fantastical racing driver, and he designed this car in his deepest, darkest moments, and it actually goes as fast as the plane he once saw as a kid on the racetrack. Yada yada, alright? Look, Jesus Christ, everyone! What is going on? What is going on this grand race? What is going on this grand race? Am I not being rammed more than usual? Chat, sorry, chat. Can we put my opinions aside for a second? Am I not being rammed way more than usual? Am I not just being bullied way more than usual? I'm actually gonna lose my mind, chat. I'm gonna lose my mind. Is this what it's like? Is this what it's like? 15th and above? In any random grand race? Is this what it's like? Because holy hell. Okay, like I was saying. Yeah, uninspired. Hypercars, you know, it just feels like a big price tag for small... Okay, no, let me stop before I'm insulting someone. Or anyone. I can understand especially if you're on the younger side, being like, oh my god, Bugattis are wicked. Oh, I love McLarens and bloody... What's another hypercar brand? And Lamborghinis in it. I get it. Alright, I get it. Where was I going with that? Who knows? Snobby, perhaps? There's words for it. Not all of them are mean. But, like, look, if it's a car you'd see in a no-name rapper's music video, then it's a car I don't care much for. I mean, hypercars very can't name a single good-looking one. That's personally. Younger side dog, you know the same age range, right? I know. I said that as like a especially if, not a only if. Sees A110 in a rapper video. No-name rapper better use the A110 now. You're so bad at generalizing everything. I'm literally clarifying all of the statements right now that are generalizations and aren't, okay? And I'm being transparent about it. I can understand... Look. I can understand thinking, oh, that hypercar looks really cool, you know? I can understand being like, oh, that high-end supercar looks cool. Or it's nice driving. Or it's fun in a racing game. I just don't connect with those cars in real life. Right? I don't know what it is. I just don't care much for big, silly, big money cars. The same way, chat. The exact same way I have never cared to, like, live my life in a big nonsense mansion. You know? I feel like it's the exact same, like, thing. Like, I don't even really care for... You know how people who don't want to live their life in a big old mansion still watch, like, big ugly mansion tours? I don't even care for big ugly mansion tours, you know? Let's just say Hurricanes are overplayed. Ooh, chat, when did this become the controversial opinion stream? But yeah, it's the same way I'd rather just like a nice, cozy house where I can live a nice, cozy life, you know? I'd say it's exactly that. I want nice, cozy cars. Not cozy in the cozy sense, but cozy in the car equivalent sense. Simple living? Simple living indeed. You know, indeed. I'm okay with my job putting me in the direction of some high-end cars. You know, when I was filming at Petrolhedonism, I had a McLaren just in the background while filming. You know, that's fun. You know, I did the stuff with Shmee's cars. Back at the crew launch date, I got to sit in a couple of supercars. That's nice and all. But there's a reason whenever someone goes, Sid, would you want a Maserati or a Lamborghini? I go, whichever one I can sell for the most. And then just live chill, you know? Live in a tent outside. What rare car is coming back? The Hummer HX concept in Forza. Also, this thing sounds ugly too. Why does it sound like that? Tony Hawk Pro Skater move. Get what you mean. It's a case of being unnecessary, out there, exotic. It serves no purpose. Exactly. You know what? You know what I'm not wearing on my wrist right now, chat? A Rolex. You know what I am wearing instead, chat? A Seconda. Now, before I make a Secondi's nuts joke, chat, Seconda is a lower level, old school British brand that got swept up in the smartwatch craze. Now they're just good entry-level brands. And I would rather have a Seconda, a couple of nice-looking Secondas, than spend some nonsense on a Rolex that bears no value to me. Outside of it sitting on my wrist and drawing the attention of people whose value they bring, I don't value. Because you can't afford it. Respectfully, chat. I did actively choose to not sink into the nonsense side of watches. And I'm not even saying I wouldn't buy, like, a more expensive watch, right? There is one that I have been eyeing up. I probably won't buy it. What it probably will be is like a special occasion, maybe on like my 25th birthday, or, you know, if I'm ever gonna propose or something, I might buy it as like a little piece for myself to commemorate it for myself, right? I've been eyeing up a watch. It's like 500 quid. And it's like, I could buy that watch, but I'd rather let it sit, and I'd rather let it have some meaning. That's a bit of it too. I feel like if you own big expensive cars, those cars are likely to have like zero meaning to you. Now look, okay, that's an outrageous claim. Let me recount that. I mean, like, the meaning those cars are given, the whole like, this was driven by the designer of the race who raced in this impossible thing, and he did 2 double backflips in the Le Mans, and then when he did those double backflips, he landed and quickly sketched out a car, and this is the car. We call it the McLaren Shamuza Mazuni edition, right? That meaning bears nothing to the YouTuber who got a few too many crypto brand deals, makes children's content, and bought it because it looks flashy in the background, and is gonna have to sell it as soon as the views run dry, and he has to sell his house and everything. But he literally only bought it to make silly videos in and do like a, I bought this car video. Does that make more sense? Like, the meanings don't correlate, and they don't have to. Buy a car for yourself, not for the meaning someone else tells you it has, right? But I'm just saying that that plays a part, because again, this whole thing is just what my opinion is on hypercars and that, and like high-end cars and whatnot. The but yeah, like, that's just, no way, cool helmet. That's just what plays a part in my take on cars, is the fact that these cars often get stripped of what, like, deeper value they're supposed to have, you know? Pretty sure there's gonna be the next Motorfest car. Yeah. Chat, when are we getting the... I've even forgotten what I said. The Shamuza Miduni edition. SidWaj A110, Red Bull Mini, Demo Royale, Neglect Stops, hopefully. Cheaper cars are doing stuff to EM so much more, I don't know what. It's just, yeah, like, think about the amount you can do to some cheaper car. Okay, this is a pretentious take to have, right, chat? This is a pretentious take to have. And look, if someone in my chat right now happens to be someone who likes, or, more unlikely, owns a super high-end fast car, you're allowed to like that car. And in fact, not even just allowed, I would suggest you actively disregard every opinion that I have. Okay? Because that's your car. My opinion matters diddly squat on your car. Okay? Now let me be pretentious. A mid to low range, price-wise, car that's been driven by someone else, you bought it, you put miles into it, because you feel okay putting miles into it, because it's not gonna lose £1,000 per mile. A car that you can daily drive, customize a little where it matters, put the little parts on it that would be fun, joke around in, take to the odd track day to have a laugh with the mates. I feel like a car like that just has the capability to just have so much more, now to be pretentious, love put into it, right? I'm not even a car guy. And I can understand that, like, that kind of a car is gonna have way more love put into it than, like, YouTuber buys Hurricane, you know? YouTuber buys NSX. YouTuber buys, like, no one buys like a Hypersports. YouTuber, whatever though, you get the point. I own super high-end Hot Wheels cars. Does that count? If you love those Hot Wheels cars, it matters. fair. Exactly, you know. Oh, okay. What's wrong with the NSX? No, nothing's wrong with the NSX. But who was it? Cody Co. Sorry, he who shall not be named. He did a reaction video ages ago to, what is it, like the Dolan twins? Or something. They made a music video and they had an NSX in that video. Thus, the NSX has been tainted in my mind because of them. Sid, would you ever buy cars from Copart? I'd have to look them up. Ooh, all of you streamers should go to Vegas and rent hypercars and do live grand race in real life. Yeah. Is the game dead? What do you mean, Oz? For someone who loves said car, the fact it loses value being used more should be irrelevant. One should enjoy the ride for what it is. And the thing is, Norbert, the thing is high-end cars are the ones that come with that. Now, obviously that's social pressure, and it's more on the driver to not cave to it, but it's the high-end cars that get parked in a driveway, and then people sit there and go, ah, well, I can't drive it, because then it's going to lose value, you know? So again, that's another reason I just disconnect from high-end cars. Make sure you buy your first car from Copart. They are so cheap. Making it special is something else. Oh, chat, I'm gonna get a call. What the hell? Who's ringing me? Never mind, they're not ringing me anymore. Sit for a hypercar. Which one should I buy? The Chiron Supersport or the Gentle the Edge? Gentle the Edge, right? Pro tip, buy cool cars that hit their depreciation floor before they start appreciating again. The A110 is only now upticking a little. That thing has dropped and dropped and dropped to now being one of the cheapest, like, good supercars you can buy. Sorry, supercar is a strong word. Sports car is what I meant. Has Bug got his license? Yeah, I do not. Oh, God. You'll laugh at us about our dunks and lowriders, but they hold more value than those supercars to us. And that's valid. And you know what the thing is, chat? You're absolutely, even after everything I've said, you're absolutely still allowed to like supercars. But that, chat, is the reason I just don't really connect with them. The same reason I don't really connect with a billionaire before I connect with any other kind of guy, you know? But then again, chat, billionaires have their struggles too, you know, but regardless, there's obviously prejudgments there, and it's similar to high-end cars than it is to etc, etc. I feel we've been all no, probably not. You should see other streams. We will talk about something like this, and then at the end of it, we'll be like, OMG, how did we start talking with this, and then now on whatever topic we're on. By the way, chat, the car that I'm in right now, did you know, chat, that this thing is actually the car that was featured in the earliest ever concept used to originally pitch Motorfest to Ivory Tower. Fun fact. I recreated it from that concept art. I just think they look cool, that's it. And that's absolutely valid. Look, I think hypercars look cool. I probably have made hyperbolic statements being like, hypercars are ugly. But, like, I think hypercars can look... What's a cool looking hypercar to me? I think the MC20 looks pretty nice. It helps that I've seen it in person. Most of the ones that I've seen in person, I can be like, okay, this is cool. It's just they don't look cool in a way that I can connect with, you know? That's the difference, I think. Chat, to pull out another... Chat, to pull out another insane comparison, chat. No, never mind, chat, never mind. The comparison that was just in my head is not seeing the light of day. It's not. It's not, chat. Kiss that comparison goodbye. I think this oh, God! No, I have decided against using the comparison that I was gonna use, okay? Oh, God. Here's a better comparison. No, it isn't. It's not a better comparison, but it's a comparison. It's like a really well done, really cared piece of artwork that has been through a bunch of different owners, but it was made with a kind of care. And then comparing that to, like, one of those, someone put a canvas on the floor and then, like, span some paint buckets around and, like they spanned some paint buckets and went, and with some paint brushes, and then it sells for £1 billion, you know? I feel like that's the comparison. It isn't. I had a better one, but I'd prefer not to say the better one. Modern art? A little bit. You know what? Maybe. Because old hypercars. I can gel with some old hypercars. Let me look at some hypercars in this game. What's one that I actually, like, gel with? Your comparison suck? No, I had a really good one, but, like, you know. Okay, nope. It's nice. It's nice enough. Seen it too much. Same as. Yeah, it's fine enough. It's solid enough. I'm talking about the base ones here. Zenvo means nothing to me, can't lie. Jamira, I think is actually a cool looking car. I actually think that's a cool looking car. AMG 1 means nothing to me. CCR, I think that's a cool looking car. See, I think that looks sick. And that's 2020. That's a newer hypercar. Ferraris. I've been boycotting Ferrari, chat. I vowed I would never buy a Ferrari. And once they notice their sales tank because of that, they'll rue the day. I actually think the primary edition specifically looks quite nice. Okay, another one I actually think is like a... No, you know which one of these I actually like? You know which Chiron I actually really like? If you've watched the talk show podcast, you'll know which one I'm looking for right now. This to me is a good looking car. Because it's a Chiron, which is a proven phenomenal design. But then you take that, the rims have something unique done to them. It's got a bronze color which looks nice, but then the side of it has this artwork on it where one side is like ancient Bugatti, the other side is more modernized Bugatti, and it's got some meaning. It's got some heritage. It's got some oomph, some pizzazz, you know? Like this is a hypercar that's like, ooh. It's a Chiron 300 Plus with a livery on it, and you know what? And that livery is worth everything to me. And truly, that's as little as it takes. That's as little as it takes. If I had $1 bajillion, if I had, like, money upon money, because, look, how much is a car like this? Let's say 3 million. I wouldn't buy this if I had 100 million in the bank. I wouldn't buy this if I had 200 million in the bank. I would consider buying this if I had... Yeah, it's a one of one. I would consider buying this if I had 300 million in the bank. So say I have that, chat. I could buy any supercar, any hypercar. This would be the one I would buy. And I would just sit in it, being like, this car has some meaning behind it. Can I say something crazy, chat? Mass production ripped away what value hypercars could have had. They wouldn't sell it to you. And honestly, that'd make me value it more. Because then if I did get my hands on it, I'd be like, damn, me having this means something right now. Okay, what's probably happened here, chat? Something that is really likely that's happened here is that, like, the drivers of cars have given me a bad perception. Golden Era as a name is such a... Yeah. The drivers of a car have given probably a bad taste in my mouth of the cars themselves. But obviously, not all hypercar drivers, not all hypercars, you know. The KTM bike is also coming in. Oh, yeah, it is. Yeah, indeed it is. The Jet is on the other demo maps now? Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, so is it the Red Bull one? And is it, like, confirmed that, yeah, they're keeping the Jet? Buying those kind of cars are such a process in itself, though. Oh, yeah, that too, right? There's these cars that you have to buy, other cars. Like, think about it for a second. There is Ferraris that you can only buy if you've bought enough other Ferraris. As much as I don't like supercars, I can say that something like that does make me go a bit like, oh, okay. Says Jet like one day ago. What do you mean by that? The stereotype of being, having nice cars and being, is with Hurricanes and Ferraris? Sure. Certain Porsche dealers do that too. Oh, interesting. Sid, do you think I'm, don't forget that KTM could spontaneously turn into anything. That's true, chat. Chat, you need to look out next month. Be on the lookout, chat. The KTM bike next month, it could turn into anything, chat. It could turn into the Yamaha in racing. It could turn into the Ducati. People, yeah, fellas, you're gonna have to keep an eye on next week's KTM. Hurricanes are just high-end NPC cars these days. Yeah, and that's unfortunate, is it not? Okay, thankfully, a lot of the stereotype that I have in my head for high-end car owners, it's being sucked up by high-end SUVs. The more top-end Cayennes. But no, any mum could have one of those, to be fair. Not any, but some. Like Uruses, G-Wagons, those kind of things are kind of sucking up that market, which is good. Because that leaves supercars to get their meaning back. You know what? No. Here you go. You know what's a supercar that I actually wholeheartedly really think is cool? And I can fully understand if you think it's ugly. The 33 Stradale. The newer, modern 33 Stradale revival. That is a supercar that has done growing on me times 1,000. The zombie fungus from The Last of Us does not grow on people quicker than the 33 Stradale grew on me. And that thing looks... That's a hypercar that, like, I look at and go, oh, damn. The only supercar I own is a Toyota 2010 Toyota Corolla. Valid. The Alfa Romeo, yeah, the Alfa Romeo 33 Stradale. Not the one in Motorfest, the old school one. That they're only making 33 of. Ooh. I want to see one of those. In my lifetime, I want to see one of those. Is there any in the UK? I need the Josh checker. I need Josh to check if there's any in the UK. What am I in? That is a great base to get reworked, and it worked. I didn't like it straight away. When I first saw the new 33 July, I was like, oh, what are they doing? Oh. But I thought the same with the Alpine A110 originally. The Alpine A110 originally, I was like, oh, that looks peculiar. And yeah, I don't know, it gives meaning. Okay. I appreciate that it's a legacy car. I don't care much for the 33 being a legacy car, but I appreciate that it's a legacy car, you know. Yeah, but I'm not gonna, like, OMG, Legacy, whoa, whoa, like the old Stradale, woo. Which, honestly, chat, is probably why they'd never sell me one. But also, chat, I'd never want one. At the end of the day, chat, I am gonna own an Evo wagon, an Alpine A110. The Evo wagon will be my daily. The Alpine A1... No, to be fair, the Alpine A110 will be my daily. The Evo wagon will be my, like, car that I customize. Oh, this route is back. Wait. Wait. Didn't this route get removed? Am I crazy? I could have sworn this route got removed. I'm glad it's back. Have they brought back old routes? Wait, did they bring back old routes? Are you kidding? Yeah, it was in Rally before? Yeah, it's in no way! Oh, and they removed some more, damn. A110 as a daily and Evo Wagon as a daily of a day. See, no, the thing is, with the Evo Wagon, I'd probably do stuff to that thing is the issue. I would probably do stuff to the Evo Wagon. But the Alpine A110 would probably be... The Evo Wagon would still be the thing I'd use if I need to, like, actually do something, you know? If I need to go to somewhere with more than 2 people. One other person. But yeah, the Alpine A110 would probably be, like, my go-to, you know, pick the kids up from school, go shopping, take the missus out to dinner, stuff like that. But, you know, if it's a family outing, then the Evo Wagon. Drop the Evo Wagon and put some wheels on it? Absolutely. Evo Wagon... No. It wouldn't be a rally build. It would be like a sleek JDM build. We're not, like, not wide-bodied. Probably just dropped... Honestly, probably more internals. And nothing that means anything. Just stuff that makes it sound nice. There's a GR hub disabled in Season 5. It might be this one. Oh. Okay, what do you want about Lamborghini Countach? Oh, because the Lamborghini Countach. That car is longer than a limousine. It is a very silly car. Yeah, this thing. 80mm single turbo. I don't know, something so it sounds nice. Something so that I can be in a place where people care about cars and go, and people are like, oh, it's like an Evo. It's like an Evo, but it's a wagon. That's wicked, isn't it? I want one of those. Sid as a kid at 200k subs. Chat, if I'm still making videos by the time I have kids,
always at your disposal.
Just know I didn't get enough brand deals. Just no, chat. Just no, chat. No, I don't know. God, how long am I going to be making videos for? Sorry, that's a can of worms that's just been opened up. How long am I going to make videos for? I'm 22, chat. I was 17 when I started. If I keep working till, say, 50... That's 28 more years. And 50's a push. When do people sod off of YouTube? Like 40? 45? That's still like 23 years. When do I get to half of my life having been spent making YouTube videos? 34? Damn. You aren't doing it till 50? Yeah, that's probably fair enough. You're thinking it far already, man. You're 22. I know. But sometimes these things hit you, you know. Sometimes these things hit you. You know what it is? It's because I'm feeling good today. It's because I'm vibing on stream today. And my brain went, damn. Am I really going to be vibing on stream like this till I'm like 40? Obviously, I don't know. I'm probably going to stop streaming before I'm going to stop doing videos, you know. But then again, you got people like, what, Tim the Tap Man? He still streams. He still does videos. He's got a kid, I think. There's a guy in his 70s who plays Rocket League on Twitch. Yeah, yeah. Well, obviously, the hope with YouTube often is that, like, it's high risk, but high reward, and it's just got to be high enough reward that you can get away with retiring early. Damn TDM, Jacksepticeye, PewDiePie. I wouldn't class PewDiePie. I wouldn't even class Jacksepticeye, and I don't know much about Dan TDM. Just switch to vlogs when you get a bit older. Sure, yeah. I guess, yeah, there is the whole thing of, like, just switch to content that you want to do, you know? Like, I guess the PewDiePie method, I suppose. Like, just switching to pseudo-retired. Does Dan TDM even make videos now? I have no idea. To be fair, chat, I've never been a Dan TDM guy. Never really watched any of his old stuff. I respect that he's a very OG creator, though. Or I could, like, look at the game that I'm playing. Or I could, like, pay attention. Have I thought about that, chat? Maybe I could pay attention. I need to lock in, and then, chat, we need to film the video that's like, everything that's coming out next month in the Crew Motorfest. Woo! Because that'll be tomorrow's video, because I need tomorrow's video done tonight, so that I can sleep more, so that I can wake up at 2 a.m., and I can stream as soon as I wake up. Just don't do what KSI and Logan Paul did. Easy. True. Sid going on road trips in his A110 doing daily vlogs. I wonder if I'll end up doing anything to the A110, you know? I wonder if I'll end up, like, customizing it at all. Why are you in KMH, Sid? We live in the UK. You know what? Why am I in KMH? Good question. More of the world understands it. And the bigger number is more enticing. Bro didn't watch Dan TDM, but he watched Horrid Henry. It's okay. I love that show. It is a good show. I remember the Horrid Henry movie. I've got more memories of the Horrid Henry movie than I do of the show. Oh, for God! Chat, rage quit tally? What are we on? Chat, what's the rage quit tally on, chat? You know what? It's because it's bloody boiling in my room. Let me turn on the air conditioning, okay?
Speak to you soon, driver.
Because it's boiling, okay? It's making me mad. Ugh! Chat, I put it on the high function, so tell me if it's too loud. What's the new playlist? We have a, like, Red Bull... I guess, is it Red Bull Stunts? Do we even know what the new playlist is based on? I guess we'll try and decipher it from the tweets, but... Do we actually know, like, anything about the new playlist? I'm about 3 years off joining you in that... Take off your hoodie, then? Don't give me reasonable suggestions. What do I look like? You know? Oh, I need to close my blinds so it's not blindingly bright over. Yeah, it's Red Bull Stunts pretty much, I guess. It seems to be more like Red Bull wacky nonsense, basically. It's like, it's, oh yeah, of course we do. We know all the events and stuff. Yeah, it's like, it's the water bike, a bit of drifting, a bit of off. Oh, there's that new points-based system, right? Get a bunch of points by doing things and hitting targets. Yeah, it seems more like Red Bull nonsense than it does Red Bull anything else. How far am I from London? Reasonably far. I don't know, close enough. I can go to London if I want to go to London. Like, I could be in London by the end of the hour, if I much need it. Far away enough that I'm happy about it. According to the art rally, yeah, I mean, well, the art, but also we have seen the entire playlist. Just need to get past all the kerfuffle. Sorry, I'm so sorry. The game's the game, man. The game is the game. I didn't want to do it. I didn't want to do it. Oh, now it's gonna happen to me. Why is the lighting at nighttime so weird in this game? Like, is my car not glowing? It feels like all brighter colors glow in this game at nighttime, and it's really off-putting. Can this guy get out of my goddamn lobbies, man? I'm never gonna come first. Welcome, Sanjay. Oh, for God's sake. Okay, well, I'm never gonna come first driving like this, to be fair. Yep, chat. A lot of ramming. Oh! A lot of ramming, indeed. Why would I do demolition when I'm already playing demolition? It's just called the start of a grand race. I think I've got a chance to podium here, chat. I think with HKR catching up, this guy falling behind, I can slip this guy, and then... or slingshot right past him. Rally raid. I don't know the... oh, I forgot that I'm using my lowest mileage cars. Oh. Is this thing any good? Does it even get used by anyone? It's topping out in a straight line, so it's not looking promising. Is it direct mode? No, I'm not using direct mode. I could get used to direct mode. Direct mode just doesn't feel like my vibe. Not my content, really. I might switch this account to direct mode, though, if I ever do a new account series, which I do plan to. Can I podium here? Is it possible? Ooh! Chat! Second place is looking possible! Especially with drivers like these. Holy hell. I'm in a Silverado, fellas. Fellas! You're in the meta vehicle. Stop being shown up by a Silverado. Chat, maybe this thing is the meta. Hello? Has anyone double checked? Look, I'm just saying, people don't look at a Silverado twice. Oh, perfect. Okay, chat, I'm coming second place. I'll take it. And the Silverado gets a stamped badge of approval, chat. Chat, now I get to make videos calling the Silverado meta because I drove well in it. Playing demo, and it's just so the person that defends. KS demo, what about it? Am I gonna catch up to HKR? Most of the Rally Raid cars are Garbo. Isn't Rally Raid is like confirmed to be the first spec to ever get a handling overhaul Fun fact, chat. Just a thing people might not remember. That during the Insider program, Rally Raid was given an update before it even released. We got in the first Insider program, like, progress report. They told us that it was bad. The Insider program people said it was bad, and then it got changed. So, even though you say all of Rally Raid is bad, that's post-overhaul. TC2 or TCM? Are you asking me which one I prefer? Chat, TC2 or TCM? Honestly, I'd probably have to say TCM. I can't lie. I know that's crazy for me to say because I came up on the Crew 2. Look, I'd take Prime Crew 2 over current Motorfest. Okay. But I wouldn't take current Crew 2 over current Motorfest, you know? It would have to be, like, back in the day Crew 2. Peak era Crew 2. Oh god. I remember that dude who tried typing Rally Raid into auto... Right. I remember that. Chat, what is the best spec in... What is the best meta vehicle in Rally Raid? Playing Rally Raid. What accent is that? It's none. Just being an idiot. Better map? TC2 or TCM? Okay. Chat. Which has the better map? The Crew Motorfest or the Crew 2? Would it be crazy to say it depends what you're looking for? If we were being objective about it, if we were being fact of the matter, I guess the Crew 2. But if we're being more, like, honest to reality, which I don't know how that differs from objective, I don't know, ask me from 3 seconds ago. Motorfest, with map expansions, with the cities, with the quality, with the detail, Motorfest's map over the Crew 2's any day. Now, obviously, the best map is Motorfest's detail on the Crew 2's layout, of course, right? But yeah, no. Does your cash transfer the Crew 2 to TC to MF? No. Motorfest is more detailed, it depends on... Yeah, it depends what you prefer. Like, I can understand if you wanted to endlessly cruise in the Crew 2s. I'd understand if you wanted to endlessly cruise in the Crew Motorfest. Basically just car transfer? Yeah. As it's advertised, to be fair. Why are we still in AGPs, man? I don't want to be in AGPs anymore. Steering wheel controller? Wheel if I'm cruising, controller if I'm playing. How do you read chat like this? Gibberish, So I'm going, like, if you want a racing game with potato graphics, play Roblox or some shit. So I'm gonna play TCM. Yeah, TCM's map is very good. Endless Cruise in Motorfest. Alright, we both know that ain't possible. Yeah. You know what I do miss? That one road that went all around the top of the map in the Crew 2. What a road. What a road. Never will beat the Crew 2. The Crew 2 peak, like, US Speed Tour, Contractor, American Legends, Forsberg. What was after Forsberg? What was after Forsberg? Was it Into the Storm after Forsberg? Oh, it was. Yeah, it was Into the Blizzard. Into the Blizzard, Into the Storm, whatever. Huh. And then USB Tour again, right? Yeah, Frosberg, indeed. Yeah, like that era, like US Speed Tour to Forsberg. Whoa, what an era. What an era. Does that say what I think it says? Valid, valid. Like 2022 Motorfest. Sorry, Crew 2. I'm an idiot. It's still very funny that Forsberg spoiled that update like months and months before. He made a post being like, I'm doing something really cool with the guys at Ivory Tower. Then gets his own update like 2 updates after. Also, that shows you just how far in advance they do this thing. I wonder if they got him back in. I wonder if they did the Forsberg Motorfest stuff back then. Could you imagine? That, I mean, Motorfest has been in development for ages, and long-term updates of Motorfest have been in development for ages. Because Forsberg came back in Season 3, right? Be crazy. 2022 Motorfest, Sid knows something we don't. You know what? I've been thinking about making a video about that. Chat, would it be crazy if I said you in chat right now, would it be crazy if I said you were playtesting the Crew Motorfest in 2022 and you didn't even know it? What if I told you that, chat? I need to pause the music. I need to pause the music, chat. Chat, what if I told you that you were playtesting Motorfest in 2022? And I do plan to make a video about this more in depth. I'll get more reactions before I divulge this interesting information. I'll get more reactions first. Motorfest was a TC2. No, I don't even mean that. I don't even mean that. Chat. What happened to the Motor Pass? A few updates in. See, the Motor Pass used to be a bunch of unique challenges every week. Every month, every update. Every 2 months, there used to be a unique set of challenges that you would level up through to get rewards. And the progression would be those challenges. What update happened to the Motor Pass? All the challenges became followers only. How do you level up the main stage, chat? How do you level up the main stage? Chat, there was one particular update in the Crew 2 where they tested a feature. There was one particular update where you would have to start an event. There would be a voiceover in that event. That event would be hyper-stylized with a story. And that event would... You would have to play that event in order. 5 events. And you'd get a vehicle reward at the end of those events. Chat, what's the gameplay loop of playlists? What's the gameplay loop of playlists? There was more. I'd have to think of them. I think I wrote them down somewhere. American Legends. Follow the photos. I know there's more. I'm trying to remember them. But you get the point, chat. The Crew 2, towards the end of its life, just became them testing whether Motorfest systems would work. Into the map expansion, an island expansion, An island being added specifically to a specific brand, the USB Tour brand, was pre-Hoonigan. Real-world content creator collabs. Chris Forsberg. Yes, that's what I was trying to remember. The suck zones. That was one of the big ones. That was the one that made me like, all right, the suck zones from that thing's update, from the USB Tour Next, that make you big boosted, is the exact same technology in the Red Bull can. Chat. Motorfest, the Crew 2, at the end of its life, was just a Motorfest play test. Your Honor, opposing counsel submits all this evidence into evidence, and I rest my case, Your Honor. So many features, and I know there's more. So many features at the end of the Crew 2's life cycle were just them testing things for Motorfest. I think I know what you mean. That's what I mean, though. Like changing it so that the monthly level up system is followers only. Changing it, which you can get from anything in the game. Changing it so that it's purchasable, so it's not microtransaction locked. Yada yada. What was I about to do? Right, yeah. So many systems. What else? What else? Suck zones, playlists, celebrity collabs. Not to mention all the voice actors, right? Like, they got Chris Forsberg, then brought Chris Forsberg back. Oh, the wind. Yes, yes, the wind. The wind in Into the Storm is the wind from the plane events. Also, tested early in the Crew 2. Like, they got Chris Forsberg, then Chris Forsberg in the Crew Motorfest. They got... Did you know that the guy in the American Muscle playlist is the same voice from the Into the Storm update? Sid becoming TC2 map hat. Honestly, I've always been doing that. Hated wins in Crew 2. I didn't mind the idea. I didn't mind the idea of, like, the wind system in the Crew 2. It was just silly that it was always exactly 3 times. You would just have to hit the opposite direction 3 times. Red Bull Wild Ride 29 custom mode events. Oh, nice. Have I flown the jet through the can? I have indeed. Yeah, and the Ocean and Sky guy is the announcer. The live goes to the extreme in scenic Lake Tahoe. Can our new hotshot rookie rise on his way? No, that's not. That's not. That voice line is so jammed in my head, though. Am I the only one who can, like, vividly hear in my head, can our new hotshot rookie dominate off-road racing on his way to the top? And I said, kiss your baby goodbye. I know it's alright. I know I'll let you give it a try. Oh, yeah. But, chat, maybe, honestly, maybe the Crew 2 was too much of my life. I miss there being actual lore. Well, oh, wait, I haven't talked about this yet, chat. Something interesting happened, chat. I like the atmosphere in Motorfest, right? I value atmosphere in this game. So when I got bored of playing the other day, I just sat down, I was laying in bed, I started clicking through all of the trailers, all of the videos for main stage videos, right? I was clicking through them, chat. There's a lore reveal. that I completely missed. See, this entire time, we had no direct confirmation that that Motorflix was the same as Motorfest. No direct confirmation. I know they both say motor, but how many companies on this planet share names like that, right? We had no reason to believe that Motorflix and Motorfest were the same. Until Chris Forsberg, right at the beginning of his main stage trailer, or at least when he appears in it, says this. Talk to me, Forsberg.
Hey guys,
Chris Forsberg here.
Keeping you up on what's in store for this season. The Motorfest and the Forsberg team have a history, and we're going to expand on that.
Motorfest and Forsberg team have a history. Confirming that the Crew 2's Chris Forsberg update, ran by Motorflix, a Netflix competitor, a Netflix equivalent, is actually the same company as Motorfest. Motorfest might refer to Ivory Tower. I know it does. Here's the thing. I know that it does. But it's in the game. And it's not like Donut Media, where they establish, oh, this isn't connected to the rest of the lore, right? Donut Media is obvious that they know it's in a video game. Forsberg doesn't. There's been no reason to assume, especially the fact that he uses the term Motorfest, not Ivory Tower, not Ubisoft, Motorfest. So even though we know in real life that, yes, he's talking about Ivory Tower, that doesn't change the lore implications of him saying it in-game while not being a character who has established that he's in a video game, unlike Donut Media. We thinking too deep into this, and that's the fun of it! And that's the fun of it. Also, I finally got the last part I needed on this plane by merging, chat. I'm telling you, merging is better RNG than regular grinding. Waterbike also got spoiled already? How do you mean? I like to believe you for the fun of it. It is not... Obviously, I know most of the lore isn't something they care about. Like, I know when I tweeted being like, wait, 50-mile-an-hour speed limit for racers of Motorfest? Are they allowed to do this legally? And Fergus, the guy who runs the crew, liked my tweet. I know it's all silly. I know it's all fun. But that's what's fun about it. To do all this lore. Because it is crazy lore when you think about it. Chat. Black Panther in the Crewniverse was a police officer up until, like, a couple years ago. At which point he became a YouTuber. And also, he was a professional racing driver at one point. Black Panther in the Crew 2 has more, in the Crewniverse, has more in-depth lore than Black Panther in real life. Probably. I don't... That's an outrageous statement, actually. Is his livery still in TCS? It is, yeah. Yeah. Motorfest links to the car Netflix aspect? Exactly. And that, chat. Chad, I think I've been watching too much Black Mirror. what if in Motorfest, instead of working for the Motorflix company, what if Motorfest is actually just the simulation ran inside of Motorflix to make these TV shows, to make these special presentations, and actually we're just within that simulation? What if we're actually inside of the streaming service? What if Motorfest is actually just the simulation in which Motorflix films their stuff? What if, when we got into that container at the end of The Crew 2, we weren't taken to Motorfest? We weren't taken to Oahu? We were kidnapped and put inside the simulation, chat. We're inside the simulation. That's why when Maui looks completely different to how it looked a month ago, no one bats an eye. Maybe it started happening sooner rather than later. How did that water park get abandoned? How did the water park get abandoned? It was never there in the first place. What if the water park was them first testing it? What if that was them first testing it because it began abandoned? They were testing the limits, whether we would question if something was just completely different with context given than it was previously. And now that they've made us docile enough that we'll accept whatever the truth that they tell us is, that once we got put in that container that we didn't get out of, now they're able to say, what? Maui was always like that. Maui has always been like that. Didn't you notice? Go play the old races. Go play Made in Japan. You played Made in Japan, didn't you? You played all those old playlists, didn't you? Play them again. Maui's there, isn't it? Maui's in the background, isn't it? It was always there. We just didn't let you access it. And now they're putting little hints everywhere, chat, like the speed limit. And the playlists, like Donut Media, who are aware they're in a video game, are actually trying to send us a message. This isn't Motorfest, chat. We're stuck in the Motrix. We're stuck in the Motrix. We're stuck in the Motrix. Sorry, chat. I seem to have blacked out there. I was just reconfiguring my parts so that I can... I need a refill. I've already got a refilled set. I need to make a gateway set, because I've been talking to OZ, the one who's actually really good at planes and any kind of, like, air vehicles. So I was speaking to him. Turns out, chat, you need not only a refill set, you need a gateway set. And at the moment, on jets, you need, like, 3 different sets. Because you need a refill, you need a ventilated, you need a gateway... Except you might not need gateway. And you need... like a drifty. But honestly, to be fair, most of them might not be as worth it as other ones. New playlist? Yeah, there's a Red Bull playlist. The second one is dropping in 2 days. I guess you could look at it as 1 day, because tomorrow I'm going to be streaming overnight to play it as quick as I can. What are you guys talking about, by the way? I zone out for 1 second, and you guys are on about what? Also, pure pure ventilated is meta, yeah. Remember the F-150 Rally Raid Monster Truck appearing in the freestyle narrative? The F-150 Rally Raid Monster Truck. Does it not? Oh, well, there's also the paint zone. L overnight stream? Why not? L overnight stream? Why not do it in the afternoon? What do you mean do it in the afternoon? Do you know when the new stuff is added? Wait, what do you mean? Do you mean tomorrow afternoon? Or do you mean... like afternoon after... like Wednesday afternoon? Yo, I'm back. What did I miss? Absolutely nothing. Why? Chat started being really strange. I zoned out for a second. Wednesday afternoon? I feel like it's way more hype, you know? It's more hype if I'm, like, playing the thing as soon as it comes out, you know? Missed Sid going crazy. Okay, chat, chat. A guy can't zone out for 2 seconds? The hell is the Motrix? What's the Elite Bundle? When will it drop? We know that it's dropping at some point next month. Actually, in fact, we'll talk about that. I saw you moving like a vintage comedy movie while calling a friend, which is pretty iconic. I actually have a good idea for an anniversary, so the characters vacation to Hawaii and appear in Motorfest. Oh, that'd be cool, yeah. Or like Crew 2's final update, do like a Crew 2 based playlist. That'd be cool. The offline mode, that is. Heart just dropped. I said final update, and in my brain I went, wait, do they know about the offline mode? And then I was like, oh right, they announced it a little while ago. Yes, on the final update for the Crew 2, dropping it like simultaneously with a Crew 2 playlist. When we seeing the article will be tomorrow. You should go freestyle. What do you mean? Welcome, Hassan. I actually have a good Ace is wondering how you speak so smoothly on the spot during streams. That's pretty impressive. How do you mean? What? How I just spout nonsense for 3 hours straight? I don't know. Gotten better at it, I guess. Or worse. Depends how you look at it. Because before I used to be able to do that, and I was just like chilling and talking. Nowadays, I actually have to, I suppose, perform is the word. Ugh. Am I right, chat? Wait, was the Hummer the only reveal? No, they showed the cover image, which is technically a reveal. It is technically a reveal, but they showed the cover image for the new playlist. I'm gonna get some Red Bulls so I don't fall asleep like I did for the Jetathon. Yeah, obviously, I understand if it's difficult timing for you, the overnight stream. 2 a.m. for me. I mean, I don't know when 2 a.m. is. I swear, hang on. Isn't 2 a.m. I swear 2 a.m. isn't even that bad for American time. What time is 2 a.m. for American time? But also, chat, if it's irresponsible to stay up for the new playlist, the water bike-a-thon, if you will. If it's too irresponsible, then don't do it, alright? Just go to sleep. Honestly, chat, feels like ages since I played the Grand Race. I feel like when I blacked out there for a second, chat, I lost like I lost a couple years of my life. Will you stay up again on Wednesday? Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I probably will. I probably will. Or at least I'm gonna try to, you know. Be 3 a.m. in Croatia? Yeah, yeah. Look, chat, I don't recommend it, but you can watch it back, you know. Like, you know, 1 second, chat. 1 second. I'm talking about... Black Panther in the Crew 2 universe, chat. And the next second, I check the chat and you guys are being all weird, you know? I think I was just like, I was doing some maths in my head or something. Why am I in the spiker? Nice livery? Which one? Oh, the one on the BMW just now? Yeah. Yeah. Well, I suppose you can only really praise my livery choice rather than my livery skills, I suppose. Did somebody clip that zone out? I'm curious. Well, on YouTube, you can just rewind, to be fair. But what are you going to rewind to? Just me sat here like... And then I check chat, you know? It was my birthday yesterday. Happy... Wait, no, chat, wait! Chat, I almost broke one of the cardinal rules of YouTubering. If you wish one guy a happy birthday, chat, you gotta wish all the guys a happy birthday. Buddy, stop gaslighting me. I saw you moving your arms around and yapping for 2x speed. No, I truly don't know what you mean. Jasal, our guy. Speaking of chat, tomorrow's is Reddit. Oh, I wonder if you watch my video. Oh. Chat, happy birthday to everyone in chat right now. Chat, I was young once. Did you know that, chat? We had a mate. His name was Aaron. He was a bit, like... There was nothing wrong with him, but he used to just sort of mope around a lot. Like, he was fun. He was a chill guy, but he used to just sort of, like, mope around, like, oh, Sid, what you guys doing? And in maths, he would come into lesson, and every lesson, we would go, oh, happy birthday, Aaron. And then because of that one time that I did that, it just became a bit that everyone would wish him a happy birthday every single day. And multiple teachers had been bamboozled into thinking it was his birthday. Because everyone would wish him a happy birthday as soon as he walked into class. And you know what, chat? Wishing everyone a happy birthday? It reminded me of that, chat. I was young once, chat. That's hilarious. Actually, it actually really was. You know, it actually was. There was so many times we went. He came into the lesson. We'd go, oh, happy birthday, Aaron. He'd go, oh, what are you doing? Okay, it's not my birthday. And then the teacher would go, oh, Aaron, it's your birthday. And we'd all go, yeah, it was his birthday. And then he'd have to go, no, it isn't. No, it is. No, it isn't. It isn't. And then we'd do it every single day that we had a lesson together. And chat, it was funny every time. Do you know I fell through a ceiling once, chat? Got stuck in a container once. I sold bouncy balls once. Made a fortune too. £40. Nice conversation starter. It truly is. Dad Lord talk. It truly is, chat. One day, I'm going to be able to be sat with my kids, pause whatever nonsense I'm watching on the TV, and go, hey, kids. Do you know I fell through a ceiling once? I just watched the season and there's where it shows the song called... Oh, yeah, no, I've seen that. It's playing a song called We Are Lamborghinis, yeah. Yes, you've told us all these stories. I know, chat. I know. And you know what, chat? They're all great stories. Do I have any other ones? I got spiked. I got spiked with some bad weed once. There's that one. I think I've told that one on stream before as well. That one I've not told as many times, I suppose. Because it happened... What's the statute of limitations on marijuana consumption? It happened a very long time ago, chat. It happened a very long time ago. Yeah, we've heard all the interesting things in your life. Truly not. I do have a couple stories that I have kept very close to my chest. But they're more stories that are like, you know, you don't tell a YouTube live stream. They're not even like career-ending stories. They're just stories that are more like... Some are personal, some are a bit more risque, some are more... I do have many other stories that I haven't. Can we hear the container one? The container... Oh no, I haven't told the container one too many times, to be fair. Getting older. For real. I don't know. I was out in the field playing football with some of my mates. Then some other mates came up, including Josh, actually. And they were like, "Oh shit, there's a container we found." Just on the edge of the area we were allowed to be in school. They're like, "Oh yeah, there's a container we found. The door's open." Went there, went inside, and then a teacher came while I'm inside, right? And I wasn't to say inside the container. I was inside like this little box that's on the side of the container. And these teachers came up and they were like, "Oh, what's going on here? What's in the container?" One of them went, "Oh, just a chicken." And as I was hilarious, chat, I started making chicken noises while in the container. Then they obviously asked me to leave the container. I got out, and then they start telling everyone off. They're like, "These are engineering containers. There could have been dangerous chemicals in there." Dangerous chemicals that would have leaked through steel in a school playground container. And they started with like, "You guys are gonna get a telling off." Then we got brought to their office slowly. Like, we just slowly got brought to their office. And so much dumb stuff happened in their office. One of our mates went, "Spider." And everyone actually was like, "Oh." Oh. One of our mates is called... His surname is Huckle. She was getting all of our names. And he said, "Oh, my name's first name Huckle." She went, "Urkel?" Chat, we called him Urkel for the rest of the time we knew him in school. When they asked for Josh's name, we said to them, all of us... When she asked for Josh's name, Josh told her his name. And then we were all going, "No, it's not. Tell her your real name." "No, it's not." And we kept interrupting. And then he kept having to say his name again. She wrote it down, turns to him, and goes, "Can you tell me your actual name?" And he has to go, "It actually is Josh Lear." One of the teachers at one point said, "You guys need to learn to be professional human beings." And we found that hilarious for some reason. And the punishment during all of this time went from, like, we were slowly getting told off. Then it was like, we could give you timeouts. We could give you suspensions. We could give you detention. We could give you banishment. And it ended on, "You guys could have died." and it was just like, "What? What? Huh? Where it was here and then now it's here. What just happened? Slow down." And yeah, that one insane interaction that nothing even happened with it. We never got told off. Nothing ever happened from that. We never saw that teacher again. In the end, we just got 50 different inside jokes from it because I thought it would be funny to get in it. Not even me, because my mates thought it would be funny if I got in a container. And it was a day that meant nothing other than adding 5 different inside jokes to our friend group. And that day, chat, was a legendary day. Josh doesn't remember much. He would remember that day. It was, trust me, the friend group that we had was so, like, a consistent thing we used to do, chat. A consistent thing we used to do was, obviously, during the winter, we would just sort of sit by the, on the field. We had a big field in our, like a big old grass field. That was like just the place where you could sit around, do whatever during lunch. We used to sit up there. We used to sit about 50 meters from the sand pit. You know, like long jump where you run and then you jump into some sand? The sand pit. When the weather got good, consistently, every single lunch, a gimmick would be one of us would just go, sand pit, and target one of the people in the friend group, and then everyone would just berate them, grab them by the arms, hold them down, pick them up, arms and legs, and the funny would just be carrying them to the sand pit, and then dropping them in the sand pit. And, and that was the entire, that was genuinely, if the temperature was above like 12 degrees, that was all we were doing at lunch. And it was the biggest nonsense ever, and I think back to it and I'm like, we were such idiots. So, the selling balls one, please. The selling balls one is pretty simple. I just, like, a mate of mine, mate called Alfie, he just brought in bouncy balls once. He just had a bouncy ball, brought it in, realized that it was actually really satisfying to bounce in the hallway on his way to lessons and stuff. And then I was like, oh, that's smart. So I bought 40 bouncy balls for £20, and then I sold them for £1 each. So I made 50p profit on every... God, 50% profit margin? Hello? Was I selling cocaine? Sorry, chat. 50% profit margin. Chat, can I interest you guys in some bouncy balls? Chat, side note. Chat, quick side note. Could I interest you guys in some bouncy balls? Sandpit could be a doofy mad story, not gonna lie. And then back in Drusselstein, all of my... Ah! No, wait, hooligan update, chat. All of the other kids would send me to the sandpit. Release merch and it's just bouncy balls? I might have to, chat. Chat, add it to the rage quit counter. That's actually crazy to think, chat. I made a £20 profit. £20 profit. £20 back then was like £200 in current day. As in like someone my age. You should have kept going? I should have. Also, one thing I did, because my school was decently fancy, we also had laser cutters and 3D printers, and we were basically allowed to use them as much as we wanted. We just have to pay for the acrylic. So I made, like, batarangs. Batman vs. Superman was coming out around that time, and I just turned the logo into, like, little Batman keychains. I just sold them. I forget for how much, but I know I made a profit on them too. Fancy schools in Luton? That's... No. This wasn't in Luton. This was when I lived in, Bedfordshire. This was not... Okay, Luton is in Bedfordshire. This is when I lived in North Bedfordshire. I could probably still have one of them. You know what I found the other day, chat? One of my engineering projects. Another thing my school used to do was really cool engineering projects. So our engineering was in 3 different categories. Coding, like physical engineering, and they also threw in like graphic design into it. So what they did for one of the years, I think we would have been like 12 around this time. What the big project for the year was you had to design a game. You would go into like 3 different groups, right? 2 people each. One of you had to code a game. One of you had to design a controller for that game. And one of you had to design the box for the controller and the game packaged together. We also had to make these little like lights where we had a little like motherboard box in like a wood box thing that we would have to like actually wooden machine and then have like an acrylic light thing. A maze. We had to make a maze back in like the younger school. Are you talking about Game Jam? No. We had laser cutters and 3D printers, but my school was very much not fancy. They're more common now, I'm fairly certain. I know that I only realized that my school was fancier than I thought it was when I went to college. My school didn't seem fancy either, right? It had the same interesting types. It had the same, like, kids at the back of the field smoking cigarettes, right? It had the same kind of nonsense, the same kind of degenerates, right? The same kind of, like, gossips and whatnot. But when I went to college and I heard about some of the other upper schools that these kids were coming from and what is it, secondary schools? One of my mates in college, his school was a prison that they converted into a school. Like, I only began to appreciate my school for being posher than you'd think it was after I went to college. I still do value a lot of my mates from college. My college mates were some good mates. I don't keep up with them as much. Mason's basically the only one I have talked to recently. Mason was a good mate, chat. Let me tell you about this Mason, chat. We had a good college. In college, I was as, I've talked about this before. To characterize myself in college, chat, I can tell you 2 facts. I had the highest grade in the exams out of the whole class. We had done 3 of the final exams, and I had the highest grade. I also had, with a 20 warning lead on the next person, the highest amount of warnings and, like, the super warnings or whatever they had in the entire class. I just cared about socializing. I used the fact that I can pick up information quickly to its fullest, where I would just use college to socialize, make jokes, argue, and then still do well on the exams. I fully used that. I went to... I had a few different mates, a group of mates. Slowly, all of them dwindle. One went to engineering. One, turned to a different life. One, I think, just stopped showing up as much. And most college days, bearing in mind, college, back when I was like 16, chat, was brilliant. Whoa, Regera, thank you for the tier 1, chat. 3 more members or subs. And we do 5 grand races using only cars you choose. College back in the day, chat, right? My college days were Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. No college on Monday, meaning every week was a 3-day weekend. And Tuesday and Thursday were half days. So I was basically only doing 1 full day. I had a half day on Tuesday, I had a half day on Thursday, and then my only full day was Friday. I'd go in, either we'd skip a few lessons, go around Bedford town, and well past the statute of limitations, we would perhaps smoke a little bit. P.S. Not cigarettes, because cigarettes cringe. But we... Well, no, to be fair, we only did that, like... We tried to do that once properly. It wasn't a lot. But, every lunch, we would go. There was a Domino's close to my college. We'd go to Domino's. They knew our order. We'd put in our order. It was a £2.50 meal deal. I would then walk to Poundland, where I'd buy a £1, 2-litre bottle of Pepsi. And then I'd go back to Domino's. My mate would have, like, gotten his... I'd listen to a podcast on my way to Poundland. My mate would have gotten both of our Domino's orders. We'd eat them on our way back to college, and then we'd just sit in the lesson shooting the shit. Did you just... No. Did I say I did any? No. I don't think... I said 2 individual statements. That we smoked. Full stop. Fast forward an hour. Also, I don't like cigarettes. Change the 5 members to demo. Look, if you ask for demo, sure. Jan 1st, 2023. Chat, that's when the world changed forever. Oh, Jesus. What are you studying? What were you studying? Shapes and colors? I was studying accountancy. I just got really lucky. I just got really lucky, and I'm a fast learner. You know? You know what's an interesting thing, chat? You know, okay, this is about to get more, like... This is about to get less hee-hee-ha-ha funny gamery, right, chat? I remember a story my mum told me when I was very young, right? It was about 4 kids to a mother, right? And I forget the specifics here, but it was 4 kids to a mother. And one kid was really good at painting, right? Painted the mother a picture. One kid was, like, good at, like, singing or something. And he sang a song for the mother. One kid was really good at, I forget what it was, but, like, a 3rd skill, right? And the last kid, he didn't have any, like, specific talent. So that kid sulked, and he felt sad because he couldn't do anything to show his appreciation for his mother in that situation. What he did do, however, was instead, he would sit around observing his other siblings, right? He'd see the skills they had. He'd see the singing. He'd see the musical talent. He'd see the painting talent. And he observed. He learned. And eventually, he was able to do all of those 3 things while not to the quality of them, to the abundancy, to a much greater abundancy than them. And that story, I didn't realize stuck with me until later in life, where I was like, oh damn, I'm a pretty quick learner. And then I was like, huh, just like that one story I was told as a kid. And just, I don't know, chat, that's, honestly, chat, that's truly just the most, like, life thing you'll ever hear from me. Because that was just like, huh, you know? Like, what a story to be told, and then to grow up to be someone who like, I'm not exactly like Mike Ross, right? I've not got like a photographic memory or anything. If I just care about something, I don't need to study, I don't need to do anything, it just needs to logically make sense to me. And I've taught myself, I think, every skill I currently have. Is a fast learning thing common, like, for people? I'm not too sure. This story is made about me. I'm so Sigma. Yeah, chat. I heard that story, and then immediately, it was, I heard music with it, chat. It was a, like, Donelo la vida vida, donelo la vida vida, donelo la vida. And it was me going, I actually have all these skills. Please fix the bitrate, man. Not on streams, because if I'd have to stream in 4K, and I don't know if my gameplay's not in 4K, and my, I don't know if my PC can handle it yet. My videos have been in 4K, though, chat. Chat, have you guys noticed that? Has that been nice for anyone? Chat, tell me someone appreciates that my videos are in 4K now. Is this gonna be a short night? Because, you know, people watch YouTube on TV now, chat. So I render all my videos in 4K, which, to be fair, does actually make the 1080 higher quality. Top 5 inspirational quotes. Really appreciate your efforts. Yeah, you know what I wish? I wish I could re-upload, I wish I could re-upload Crossing the Map, Motorfest Crossing the Map in 4K. But it just, that video finally hit the algorithm. Not, like, really hit it. But that video is finally tickling the edge of the algorithm. I don't want to push it. I don't want to re-up. There's no point in re-uploading it. I will just make sure that the Crossing Oahu one is in 4K. And then, what I'll probably end up doing when I do the Oahu one, I'll probably do a combine where I edit them together, and then that'll be in 4K. I'll just see if I can find the original edit file. We need 100K videos next. Yeah. Will the Turbo Motorsport vid be in 4K? Oh yeah, I was gonna ask about that, right? And look. It doesn't have to be, and if it means that I don't really end up making a video on it, that shouldn't have any basis on you and the passion you're putting into the project, okay? Because I'm just nonsense SidWaj, who cares about SidWaj, yada yada, okay? Is the game still an imitation of Motorfest? Because if it is, that would probably help me make a video on it. I'm fine if it isn't, even if it means I'm less likely to make a video on it. Don't worry about that. Put the passion and love that you're putting into it. But if it is, let me know, because then I'm more likely to make a video on it. What game is it? A Roblox, when I first saw it, imitation of Motorfest, basically. But trust me, if it isn't an imitation of Motorfest anymore, instead of like, oh yeah, I'll make a video on it, you'll get like a, oh damn, bloody good on you. Map-wise, yes, UI has been changed. Okay, that's fair enough. Map-wise, I could sell that. Oh Jesus. Why didn't I take the cut? But yeah, it's a Roblox game. I was away, guys. What are we yapping about altogether now? Childhood stuff. Kind of? We were getting a bit deep. Actually, no, we've progressed to college, chat. I'm just slowly going through my life telling anecdotes. I'd say if I had the most, like, where the most untold stories are, from me, it's probably college, before upper school, and honestly, current life. I do a lot more in my life than I bother filming or telling stories about. I'm so sorry. Okay, no, good. SidWaj play Motorfest play Roblox? Probably at some point, yeah. Why is Sid so bad at GR? I have not been focusing today. Chat, shall we do a meta run? Shall we, chat? Shall we, chat? I say we do a meta run. What car is back? The Hummer HX concept. What does Ventilated do on planes? Nothing on planes. It does on jet. He's too busy yapping? Yeah, man, I'm having fun just talking today. Like I said, the vibes are good. I watched 2 amazing movies today. The vibes are good today. Is the Hummer HX concept the hobbies car? No. Oh, sorry. The Enforcer unit, to be specific, I guess. It's the rarest Crew 2 Summit car. Specifically the Enforcer unit. This is the turn that I'm bad at. Nice. I don't have that, I think. Not many people do. It is the oldest Crew 2 Summit car to have only released once. So you would only have it. You would only 3,000 people own it. And that's only the 3,000 people who played the Crew 2 for 1 week during the Hunt update. Only those... Oh, not 3,000 to be fair. Only those 9,000 people own it. 3,000 on each platform. That's another car down. 17 I don't have in Motorfest. So there you go. And thankfully, chat, it's releasing in Motorfest, not in the Crew 2. Because we know how we feel about that, chat. Ah, stop. What is the oldest one after? Yeah, Emerald Devo. Now the Emerald Devo is the rarest summit car, which is quite nice. Because calling it the rarest hypercar was like, sure. But now it's like, it's the rarest summit car in the game, you know? Which is more fun. Go away. You're in a hurricane. Go away. I bet it's like 1.5 TGM because the people... I bet it's like 1.5k because the people are most likely not... Yeah, that's the thing, right? That's why the only way to measure summit... Because so many summit cars are the same amount of rarity as other cars, right? Where does the Indian bike stand? The Indian bike was American Legends. So I think there's a fair... Is it the next? If anything is rarer than the Indian bike, it would have to have released during... the game, the agency, and USB tour. It would have to have released during those updates. The game, the agency, and USB tour. For the Indian to be in between the Indian. Because the Indian was American Legends, as far as I remember. Do you think there will be more jets? I don't think we're getting more jets for a very long time. I wish we would, but no. I understand bringing back Crew 2 cars, but I do think some new additions would be nice. Yeah, I understand it. I do get that. That is a valid take. It's just that, like, it doesn't seem like it's what the main stage is for. Ugh. And also, you gotta bring them back somehow. Would it be better to have a separate feature where we get main stage cars return and then the main stage gets new cars? Yes. But then, okay, but even in that situation, right? Even in that situation, say there's a separate feature. They make a new feature and the Crew 2 Summit cars come back in that feature instead of coming back in the main stage. Eventually, people would just be like, this new feature is just Crew 2 reruns. Why don't we get new cars in this? You know? Yeah, I think what made it... What I think got them off on the wrong start with the main stage was that they started it with new cars. That was difficult, because there's 2 with new cars. But to be fair, even then, the other 2 were not new, you know? Sid, what do you say? I don't know what you mean. The A110 with a SidWaj livery, of course. Absolutely, absolutely. So, like, how does ventilation help in jets? Jets are currently bugged to behave like cars. Meaning all of the car affixes apply and work as if the jet is a car. And that extends to ventilated, giving you massive NOS boost when you're in the air. Guess what? You're in the air a lot in the jet. I'll do it. I'll do it to show you. Wait, is the Indian Chief Dark Horse rare? I didn't know it was. I have it. It might be. It depends if any cars from the agency, the game, and USB Tour have come back. If they have, then the Indian Scout isn't as rare. The jet is in the air? What? Yeah, I know you joke, but, like, that's what makes the jet, like, busted right now for ventilated. Oh, God. Okay. Chat, meta run. Is this non-collision? Wait, is it actually? Oh, it is. Oh. Why did I brake for people who had crashed? Out of respect, chat. Out of respect. Oh, what a turn! Holy hell! Put an F1 update through here. What the hell? That's such a nice turn. I knew I could make that. I need to catch up to that leading pack. They're spreading out a bit. No, they aren't. Okay, I'm glad there's a guy directly behind me because at least I can slip someone. Man, I got a bad spawn, and now I just cannot catch up to the leading pack. Catch up to me, please! So I can slipstream at least a little. I'm such an idiot. I thought it was further away than it was. What's next, Street 2? As long as it's not an R2 simulator. You know what I've been replaying, chat? Lego Star Wars The Skywalker Saga. I got kind of sick of video games as a whole. I don't know why. I don't know what brought it on. I just got sick of video games. And I was like, you know what? I want to play a Lego game again. And that's the one I chose. Probably not the best one to pick, but like... that's currently what I'm playing in my spare time. Oh, come on! Also, I think it was crazy timing because I started replaying it, and then it got added to, I think, free games on Epic, I want to say. I forget where, but I know it's free games somewhere currently. Welcome, Degrees. Just realized we have the F-150 Red Bull. Oh, yeah, that's coming out as well, yeah. I still have an unfinished save on PC, but I got Skywalker Saga on my PlayStation, so I'm playing a new save, basically. I much prefer the exploration in that game, though, so I'm cruising through the games, cruising through the story again. I'm so bad at the video game. I'm so bad. I look away for a minute. Yeah, EGS gave it for Star Wars Day. Oh, nice. That's quite cool. At least that's better. I got tired of games. I ended up rebounding to Asphalt. You're rebounding from getting fed up with video games as Asphalt? God, I'm so sick of games nowadays. I'm gonna play a mobile one. No, I shouldn't be making funny. But it's kind of funny. Why do you like the old livery and not the new one? I made some changes. I don't know. I prefer this one. It's sleeker, cleaner. I did look at the other one. I didn't like all the extra, like, stickers and stuff it had everywhere. Like, on the little window lip at the top there and all the badges in the back and... I don't know, this one's simple. Honestly, like, if I would literally just have this one, but on the side... on this side, I'd probably just get rid of the SidWaj server, talk show, and Lego channel. Like, I'd literally want this livery, but without that. Oh, also, the new SW was, when it was spammed on the spam at the back there, it was spammed horizontal, not diagonal. And I much prefer this one like it being diagonal. I like the way the text is on the back. I like the way the text is on the side of this one. I don't know what I'd put on the left side, to be honest. Yeah, see, that's the issue. I have no idea what I'd put on the left side. I'd have to think. That's like cheating on Sophia with... I'll imagine like I know those names. Oh, that sucks, man. My missus had a rabbit when she was younger. Me and her will probably get like a cat and a dog when we're that's the plan, chat. A cat and a dog. And I already have my pet names figured out, chat. One of them I'll probably let Mush name, right? I'll probably let Mush name the dog. I want to get a cockapoo, is the specific breed of dog that I want. I did want to name a dog Bot, because I thought that'd be funny. But that was ages ago. And also with a British accent, it's not a good name for a British accent, you know. Bot, where are you? Bot, you know. So I'm uncertain on dog names at the moment. I'll probably let Mush name the dog. The cat, however, well, chat, my future cat that I will have with my girlfriend, for short, the cat's name will be Mike. That's what everyone will call the cat, you know, because it's short, it's its nickname. You know, shorter version of its full name. It'll be called Mike. Can anyone guess what its full name is? There is reason for you guys to know what I would... Oh, Hero! Maybe Hero. I was thinking about that. Or Tuck for a dog. Oh, okay. Michelangelo, Mike... Oh, what, because of my kid's name? Michelangelo? Michelle, Clarence. Asteroid Mine Destroyer. Guy from Monsters, Inc. Chat? I would have a cat. Its nickname would be Mike. And its full name would be 2002 Nissan Micra. That would be its official on paperwork legal as a pet's name can be. Its name would be 2002 Nissan Micra. For short, Mike. Because could you imagine people coming round, seeing the cat, and they're like, "Aww, what's his name?" Oh, this is just 2002 Nissan Micra. It's a really good name. It's a really good name. Will the missus agree? She's already agreed. She has already agreed. She's absolutely fine with me naming our cat 2002 Nissan Micra. Also just a bit with the inspiration, the game focus would be the game may is not is actually so I'll go as an attribute simply don't have the time, of course. I should get a representation, but also a lot of games on my Oh, gotta take that with companies. I appreciate the message. Very helpful info. If she's fine with it, if she's fine with that, she's a keeper. What can I say, chat? What can I say? I know how to pick them. You know, I know how to pick them. The dog, I'm not sure. I was considering David. But not like shortened to Dave. Just always referred to as full name David. Or Tuck, the best character from the crew too. Tuck is up there. But I think, given I'm picking 2002 Nissan Micra for the cat, I think she's owed the dog name. Not that she even really wants it, but like, I'll give her it. When you call your cat a car, comes instead, yeah. Chair, what if it goes missing and then I gotta go around the whole town going 2002 Nissan Micra! 2002 Nissan Micra! Shaking like a box of cat food. Here, 2002 Nissan Micra! And then obviously, as everyone in 2002 Nissan Micros would keep approaching, I'd have to go, no, not you, it's my cat's name. The poster of the missing cat. Have you seen this cat? Responds to 2002 Nissan Micra. So stupid. Chat, look, I would never, but someone still has to name their child Emma, middle name Ruled Edition. I don't care about your surname. You just have to name your daughter Emma, middle name Ruled Edition. I don't care. If she thinks her middle name is gibberish and makes no sense. Gonna roll my child. Oh God, for God's sake. I was looking at chat. You gotta be careful though, those 2002 Nissan Micros are always dented. True, actually, yeah. It would be funny if I got a grey cat, right? It would play into the whole thing. Because I feel like grey is the iconic. As much as grey can be iconic, it's the iconic color for a 2002 Nissan Micra. British short hair? I don't know cat breeds. I have no idea. To be fair, I don't really know dog breeds. I just know that I know that a good friend of mine, she had two... Is it Jack Spaniels? I know Golden Retriever. Okay, no, I know a fair few dog breeds. But I know that a Cockapoo is the one that I want. That's the one dog breed that I want. Wolf dogs are the best? Depends. Had the lead in AGP, fell to 17 because someone was using a Street 2 bike. Damn. Jack Russell. Sorry. She had two Jack Russells. Yeah. That's the breed I meant. So I have experience with two Jack Russells. They liked me. So did Olive, my relative's cat. George Russell. SidWaj just came in to tell you Sid, I just came in. Can you tell me what has happened? Too much. Honestly, too much. Wait, if you're in Slipstream, it just pop and bang spams? Nice. One thing is that he lost it. Chat, look. Someone zoning out for a second is not losing it, okay? If anything, that's just a silly way to characterize losing it. Just because I lost focus and I was just, you know. Come on now. Nice way to create FOMO among viewers, Sid. You were supposed to beat them, not join them. Exactly. Ooh, chat, you should have been here earlier. Ooh. Someone, I guess you're gonna have to stay in the whole stream. Ooh. Do a demo, come on. You know, I'm still not sure if I'm gonna sleep really early or sleep really late tonight. Because I might sleep really early tonight so that I can train myself to sleep early for tomorrow as well. What's FOMO again? Fear of missing out. Also, I'm exhausted today, so I might sleep early. What time even is it? What time is it? It's 8 p.m. Damn. Doing some maths. '14th using meta, damn. Okay. 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 Oh yeah, chat, I haven't actually gone over properly the brand new info for the week. I've talked about it. To be fair, I have talked about it a lot, but I haven't actually, like, shown the info, so let's do that, chat. You're my favorite YouTuber. I appreciate it. Okay. I'm wasting my NOS so much. But I went from 14th to 8th, so could be worse. You're my favorite YouTuber too. I appreciate all of you, chat. Very much so. Here we go, chat. Here we go. Let me check that I have everything ready. So I think I did. But it is scrolling on Twitter, and I don't like doing that. So let me have everything, like, really pre-opened. Because scrolling on Twitter is a YouTube ban death wish. Okay. Chat. We have Discover the program for May. New playlist dropping, the Red Bull Wild Ride. We will get into that more in a minute. By the way, as I have this stuff on screen, more people will be rolling into the stream, so I will give them a moment to roll into the stream. If you're just joining the stream, we have chilled, we have played Ground Race, we have talked about all of this stuff coming up. Also, though, the big important part is that we are about to go over everything new with it on screen. The new playlist dropping, Red Bull Wild Ride, that happens Wednesday. Straight away Wednesday. 4 a.m., 5 a.m. The Audi RSQ e-tron drops May 7th. The Elite Bundle also releases this month. Now, we do not know when the Elite Bundle is going to release. Here's the thing. Bulls and Trials drops Wednesday. That's when we get the new playlist. Then it's Coastal Adventures, which we don't know what that is. Then it's Forest Quest, which, what was it? Oh yeah, we don't know what that is. And then Crazy Chaos. But what we do know is that we are going to get a brand new main stage vehicle here, which is this thing. the rarest Crew 2 Summit car in the Crew Motorfest, making it the second rarest car in the game. Only less than 9,000 people own this car. Honestly, thousands less. We know that we're getting that on the first week. We know that we're getting the Audi the first week. We know that we're getting the playlist the first week. We know that we're getting the water bike the first week. Then week 2, you will be able to buy the Audi RSQ e-tron. Oh no, sorry. There's no early access if it's a playlist requirement. So, you will get the Audi RSQ e-tron. You'll be able to buy it day 1 as well. But if you have the year 2 pass, you'll get it early and for free. Then, week 2, we have the return of, I want to say... Is it the Green Flash Edition? Am I wrong in that? What's this one? Evo... Yeah, the Green Flash Edition. The Green Flash Edition Porsche Carrera also comes back. This bad boy right here. And then, that happens week 2. So we got a new playlist. So much stuff week 1. Week 2 is the main stage legacy. But, my hope is that the Elite Bundle is week 3. Because that's the week nothing else is going on. And then Crater Chaos is going to be a brand new vehicle. Most likely, it's going to be the F-150 Raptor monster truck, because that monster truck was under competitive vehicles in one of the early launch trailers for this playlist, for this update. That is everything dropping this month in the Crew Motorfest chat. W or L month, because honestly, I gotta say, that might be a better month than this one. Yeah, the water bike is day 1. It's the reward for the playlist. I genuinely think that might be a better month than this one. This month was 5 weeks. The themes were okay in this month, but the Summit vehicle was lacking. The Jet was at the very end. The BMW drift car was disappointing. Not that the Audi won't be. Too early to tell. It depends on the Elite Bundle. True. The Elite Bundle could be a hard miss, and that would be a detriment on the next month. Anything that isn't street racing is a W. That's fair enough. That's a very fair take. Now you play TR. Okay, yeah. But honestly... Not street racing, sorry. Racing, I think you said. Oh, no. Anything that isn't street racing. Okay, yeah. No, yeah, true. It's actually going to be an off-road themed month. Wait, have we ever had an off-road themed month? Like a whole month that's off-road themed. Wait. Have we ever? Is this the first fully off-road themed month in the Crew Motorfest? America, Japan, Europe. Hoonigan, Hoonigan, Hoonigan. None of those were off-road. Movies and classics. Black Panther. Forsberg, Shmee. Resto Mod. Ring Brothers, Porsche, which I forget what the theme was, but it was just customizers. Oh, Liberty Walk was in that one. KRC Japan, which is Japanese customs. Police vs. Racers. Something. Island Rush. And then whatever the last one was of last update. We have never gotten a fully off-road themed month. Huh. Sid, I've watched you since your Minecraft videos. Damn. Only got 2 teammates? Oh. Sid using his last brain cells? Oh no, I used to be able to remember every single motor pass in the crew 2 in order, and I used to be able to tell you every single motor pass car that dropped in order. Oh. Whoa, this is quite the spawn. Okay. This one. Oh, nice. Okay, yeah, that is a really wide hitbox. Would an off-road once be really that exciting? I think the fact that we've, like, never had off-road makes it a bit more hype. Right? Like, bloody, okay, that's gonna be unique. And it seems like monster trucks are a part of it, which is like, okay, nice. More monster truck stuff. Like, we'll get monster truck stuff in the main stage legacy, meaning there'll be more permanent monster truck events in game, you know? More permanent themed monster truck events. Just anything that expands more on stuff in game. That's why I've honestly quite enjoyed as much as I don't like professional racing as much. Like, we've gotten rally events. We've gotten MotoGP events. We've gotten F1 events, like proper F1 events. There's been so much that's actually been quite nice this update. Just theming-wise. That it's nice it'll be in the main stage legacy. Sucks to suck. Oh, that was my kill. Piss off. I'm not on direct mode, damn it. Oh, you cheeky bugger! Oh, I'm dead. Chat, that's probably going to be about it from me. Thank you so much for joining the stream. I will see you boys in the next one. Will probably be overnight Tuesday, but there will be a video tomorrow. And a big members announcement thing in that video tomorrow. Thank you so much for joining. I've been having fun streaming a lot more recently. It's been nice. Catch you then, chat. That's gonna be about it from me. Go watch Sinners. If you are of the age to watch Sinners. Watch Thunderbolts. It's pretty good. But watch Sinners. More importantly, watch Sinners. Because Sinners is very good. Like, very, very good. Alright, chat, in a bit.